All right, kids, before we start our lesson, let's make some time to get active and energetic with a special guest.
Hi, I'm Sky Nicholson and I'm a boxer. I'm at home just like you, and keeping active is so important for our health and well-being. So let's get up and let's get active. First today, we're going to run through some agility runs. So we're going to be jogging forward and touching the ground, jogging backwards, touching the ground. Run through that a few times, guys. That's the way. All right, next, we're going to pick up and pass. So we're going to practice picking up a ball and passing it through. Down and through, down and through, making sure we're bending our legs on the pickup, just like that. And our last exercise for today is the lunge and tag. We're going to lunge through and tag. Lunge through and tag. Lunge through and tag. That's the way. Great brain break, guys. Now let's get to learning.
Yes, let's. Welcome back, everyone. Those exercises and moves you did were a fantastic way to start. But now we have something very exciting. It's all about you. Do you like to look at photographs of fun times with your family and friends? I know I do. Photographs are great because they help you remember special things that you've done. Next up, we're going to talk about how you can share a little bit about yourself and a special time that you remember. Have fun learning, kids, and remember, listen carefully.
Hi there, I'm Laura. I hope you're having a great day. We're going to read a story now about Rosie and Wallace. This is Rosie and this is Wallace. Do you know what type of animal they are? Rosie is a rosella. That's a kind of Australian parrot. And Wallace is a wallaby. The title of our story is I Can. I wonder what this story is going to be about. As well as Rosie and Wallace, I can see a picnic on the front cover of our story. I think this story might be about Rosie and Wallace and the things that they can do, and maybe about a picnic too.
I Can. A Rosie and Wallace story. I can see a picnic. We can eat all the food. I can eat an apple. I can eat cake. I can see somebody coming. We can see a boy. We can see a girl. We can see a man. Click. I can see me.
In the story, Rosie and Wallace shared the things that they can do. Rosie said, I can eat cake and I can eat an apple. I wonder what you can do. I can hop on one foot. Can you do that? Show me. I can touch my toes. Oh, look at you. You can do that too. Awesome. I can turn around in a circle really fast. Ready? Oh, I got a bit dizzy. There are lots of things that I know you can do, but I wonder what my friend Sarah can do. I wonder what she's been up to this morning.
Wow, I'm so impressed with all the things you can do. I can say hello in another language. Ciao. That is hello in Italian. My name's Sarah. This morning, I've been looking through some of my old photo albums. Do you like to look at photos sometimes? Maybe you look at photos on a phone or a computer. Or maybe you have some photographs on your wall or in a photo album like this. Photos can be a great way of helping us remember special or fun times we have had with our family or friends. When we remember, we think about something that has happened. We can remember things that happened last week or things that happened years and years ago. This is a photo of my family's trip to the beach. This is a photo of Tess, James, Erin and Tommy. On this day, Tess, James, Erin and Tommy went to the beach. They went for a swim and they built lots of sandcastles. I'm going to draw a picture about that special day. First, I'll draw the sand at the beach. There was lots and lots of golden sand for playing in. And then I'll draw the ocean. It was a pretty calm day at the beach that day on the ocean, but I'll draw some waves to show that it is the ocean. And it was a hot and sunny day, not a cloud in the sky. So I'm going to draw a lovely orange sun up here. Okay, so that's where this happened. Who was there? Well, there was Tess, and there was James, there was Erin, and Tommy was there too. And I'm going to draw them with their sun hats because it's so important to be sun safe at the beach, isn't it? Okay, so I've got where they were and I've got who was there. Next I need to show what they were doing. In this picture, they were building lots of sandcastles. Do you like to build sandcastles at the beach? I know I do. There, that's my picture of our special day at the beach. Now I'm going to write some sentences to tell about my picture. First I'm going to write about who was there. So we know there were Tess, James, Erin, and Tommy. These are all the names of people. So they start with a capital letter. We've got T for Tess, capital J for James, capital E for Erin, and capital T for Tommy. Now I'm going to write about where they were. They went to the beach. That's the end of my first idea. So I'm going to put a full stop at the end. Let's read it together to make sure it makes sense. Tess, James, Erin and Tommy went to the beach. Yes, that makes sense. So I've written about who was there and I've written about where they were. So now I'm going to write about what they did. I'm going to write, first, they swam in the ocean. First, they swam in the ocean. And that's the end of my sentence. So I'll put a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence and a full stop at the end to show that's the end of my sentence there. I've included who was involved, they. I've included what they did, they swam. And I've also given some details about where they swam, in the ocean. I've now finished writing my story about our day at the beach. Let's read through my writing together and check that my sentences make sense and that I have my ideas in the right order. Tess, James, Erin and Tommy went to the beach. First, they swam in the ocean. Next, they built lots of sandcastles. After that, they went for another swim. Finally, they went home. That's my drawing and writing about a special time I can remember. What about you? Can you think of a special trip or time you have had with your family or friends? Do you have a photograph to help you remember this time? Now it's your turn to draw a picture of this special time. Tell someone about your picture. You can also write down your ideas. Remember to think about who was there, where was it, and what did you do? Have fun remembering your special time and drawing and writing about it.
Hi everyone, it's so great to have you all here with us. Now today we're going to learn about counting. We will learn about why we count and the numbers that show us what we have counted. We will learn that counting tells us how many there are and that when we count, we say numbers in a particular order.
Hello there. I am Nigel and today is all about counting. I have some blocks in front of me. I wonder how many blocks there are. We can have a guess first and then count each one to find out for sure. You have a guess now. How many do you think there might be? Okay, let's count to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I counted each block and said the counting numbers in order. And the last number that I said tells me how many blocks there are altogether. The last number I said was 6, so there are 6 blocks. Was that close to your guess? Let's try again. This time, I'm going to move the blocks all around, and I wonder if there will be the same number. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, there was the same number. So if you move the same number of objects around, the count will still be the same. Let's do some more counting. I have a fruit bowl and it has some oranges in it. I wonder how many oranges there are. We can guess first and then we can count to find out for sure. Okay, let's start counting. Remember, we need to count each one just once. And the last number that I say tells us how many there are altogether. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 oranges. Was that close to your guess? The more we guess how many there are, the better we get at it, and the closer we will get to the number counted. Counting is very useful. I might want to know if there are enough oranges for each player in my netball team. I use counting to find that out. And now I know there are enough oranges for each person in my netball team because there are 7 people in my netball team and I have 7 oranges. Let's sing a counting song. This song counts all the way to 10. Look on the screen and join in.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little, 10 little meerkats in a row. 10 little, 9 little, 8 little, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little, 4 little, 3 little, 2 little, 1 little meerkat, where'd they go?
That song also counted backwards. We counted from 1 all the way up to 10. And then we counted from 10 all the way back to 1. So let's have another go at counting backwards. Look at the meerkat on the screen. Start at the meerkat at the end. Ready? And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Awesome. Great backwards counting. We count backwards to check our counting and also to prepare us for something exciting to happen, like if we were pretending to be a rocket and we could count down from 10 to the blast off. Great job. Counting forwards and backwards is a lot of fun. You might have also noticed in our meerkat counting song that the numerals were shown on the screen. When we count, we can also use symbols to represent what we are counting, and those symbols are called numerals. Let's have another look. This time, when you watch and listen to the song, look at the numerals on the screen.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little, 10 little meerkats in a row. 10 little, 9 little, 8 little, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little, 4 little, 3 little, 2 little, 1 little meerkat, where'd they go?
We are going to use the numbers 1 through to 10 to do some more counting. I've got some coloured pencils in this container. But before we count them to find out how many there are, we can guess and then count to find out. You have your guess now. Okay, let's get counting. I'm going to lay them out, and I'm also going to use these numeral cards underneath. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 pencils. Was your guess close to 9? You can see that I've placed the numerals 1 through 9 above each pencil. That helps us keep track of our counting. We can also use backwards counting now to check. Are you ready? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, there are definitely 9 pencils. Today we have learnt many things about counting. We have learnt that when we want to count, we can guess how many there might be first, and then we count to be sure. And we've learnt that we count to find out how many there are, and that the last number we say tells us how many objects are in our collection. When we count each item only once, and the number will be the same even if we rearrange the objects. And we also did some backwards counting, which we used to check that we counted correctly. We also saw that there are things called numerals that show the count, and they help us keep track of our counting. Thanks for joining me today. Maybe you could look around to see what you could count. You could count the windows or the chairs or how many books there are on the shelf. You try doing some counting and practice using the numbers 1 to 10. See you next time.
I'm sure that you all will become very clever little counters. Now here is a message from Dave, and he would like to talk about the importance of acknowledgement of country.
Hi everyone, my name's Dave. Did you hear my didgeridoo just then? And did you hear the kookaburra? The kookaburra is happy because he's having a good day. And I hope you're having a really good day wherever you are around Queensland this morning as well. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners, our First Nations people on the land on which we're all sitting and watching telly this morning, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. The reason we do an acknowledgement of country is to pay our respects to the country and the people and the traditional owners that have been here for many, many thousands of years. And we think about their stories, and we think about the culture, and we think about how this land was used again for thousands of years before us, and how it will continue to be used after us. I'm going to get back to playing my didgeridoo. I hope you all have a really, really good day, and I'll catch up with you again soon. See you later.
Welcome back, guys. Now it's time for my favourite topic, science. We are going to observe and describe properties of some of the objects we use every day. Now here's Monty with Material World Part 1.
Thanks, Olivia. The things we see around us are either living or non-living. Today we're going to learn about the non-living things in our world, and these are called objects. We can make observations about objects using our senses. Around your house are many objects: chairs, tables, clothes, the television. All these things are objects. On this table, I have some objects you might find in your house. Let's take a closer look at some of these objects now. We have 2 dice, a golf ball, a beach ball, and a tennis ball. They all look different, they all feel different, and if I drop them on the table, they each make different sounds. Now, scientists make observations about objects to learn about them and to help sort and group them. And when you examine objects, you are thinking and working like a scientist. Scientists can use properties to sort and group objects. Now, the properties of an object are the features we can observe using our sense of sight, our touch, hearing, smell, and taste. Let's make some observations now. Using our sense of sight, we can see that the objects are all different colours. We can also see that some of these objects are small and some are large. The size of an object is a property that we can use to sort or group. If we sort objects by their size, which objects belong in each group? Well, the beach ball is large and the other objects are all small. What about shape? Shape is another property of objects. Let's make new groups using shape as the property we're observing. Well, the dice are both cubes, and the golf ball, tennis ball, and the beach ball, they're all balls. And the words that scientists use for ball is sphere, so we can call the balls spheres. We just sorted the groups into cubes and spheres. We can use another one of our senses to make observations about the properties of objects. Touch. Using our sense of touch, we can observe how the surface of the object feels. The property of how it feels is called texture. These objects are hard, and these objects all feel soft. This one is smooth, so is this one. That's smooth, and this one is rough. Objects can belong to different groups because they have different properties. Let's use our sense of hearing to make another observation about the properties of these objects. I wonder how these objects sound if I drop them on the table one at a time. Some of them made a loud noise, and some did not make much noise at all. I wonder if the amount of noise they make is related to another property they have. When scientists want to learn something about the world, they conduct an investigation. They might start with a question that they want to answer. We can be scientists too. Let's find out the answer to the question, what property of objects means they have a loud sound when we drop them? First, we need to make some observations about the sound each object makes. Loud. That was a loud sound. Quiet. Definitely a quiet sound. Quiet. So the beach ball, the blue die, the tennis ball all made a quiet sound, and the golf ball and the small green die made a loud sound. I wonder what other properties these objects share that might make them sound loud. Could it be their colour? Could it be their size? Well, the blue die, the tennis ball and the beach ball all feel soft. And the green die and the golf ball feel hard. They made a loud sound and these ones made a quiet sound. I think we've answered our investigation question. I think that the objects that feel hard will make more sound and objects that feel soft will make less sound if we drop them onto the table. Here are two more objects. Two clapsticks. They feel hard. Will they make a loud sound or a quiet sound if I hit them together? Hard objects make a loud sound. Let's recap what we've learnt today. We now know that when you make observations, you are thinking and working like a scientist. The words we use to describe objects are known as properties. And we can sort objects into groups by their properties. This afternoon, you could make some observations about objects around your home. You can decide how to sort them into your own groups. Think about using the properties you learnt today: colour, shape, size, and texture. See you next time.
All right, guys, it's now time for a brain break. Stand up and let's get ready to move your bodies with a bit of expert help. That's it from me today. Luke is up next, but I'll see you all again soon.
Hi, my name is Cedric Dubler. I'm a decathlete. That means 10 different events. This is my shot put, one of the events. But today, we're going to be doing my favourite exercises from volleyball. Now, the first one we're going to do is down in the dig position, and we're just sidestepping. So we're going to the side and to the other side. Just jumping back and forth, back and forth. The second one we're going to do is very similar to a block. So we're going to get down very low to the ground and coming up nice and high onto your tippy toes. So down low, up high, down low, up high, down low, up high. The third one we're going to do is very similar to a block, the finishing move in volleyball. So we're going to step together, step, clap. Step together, step, clap. Step together, step, clap. Step together, step, clap. So that's it, guys. I hope you had fun. Let's get to learning.